designed clearly to distract you from Compass True North. Fox, hat tip to Fox, put this together. Here's a side-by-side of disgraced Congressman Eric Swalwell, who was trying to run for governor of California, had his own allegations. And again, these guys have the right to defend themselves. However, you don't think this is a little bit inauthentic? Here's a side-by-side of both of their hostage videos after they got busted. Doesn't this sound exactly the same? Does this sound like these guys are being authentic people, men of the people? Or had some PR guy or woman write something up? This is just gold for all the wrong reasons. Fool's gold. Check this out.
You see and hear from me directly.
I wanted to directly address the troubling, serious, and false allegations against me.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false.
Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false.
I'm going to spend time with my family and friends. And I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support.
We are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward for the state that I love, the people that I love.
Folks, I just need you to understand that they don't care about your kids, about education, about health care, Obamacare. Oh, no, they care about Obamacare. They don't. They care about having power over your health care. They would throw Obamacare under the bus tomorrow if there was an easier way to gain control over your life by determining if you can get a heart surgeon while you're in the middle of a massive heart attack. They don't care about you. You can't argue apples and oranges. They do this all the time like the doomer traders. They throw some random bullshit fact out there, fact, air quotes, that has nothing to do with anything. A plane landed in it, and you're like, is that connected in any way? No, and then they just move on. Here's another one. Like how they just bring up, this is supposed to be a serious party, correct? To the Democrats out there who are not insane, clearly you vote for Democrats because you believe they're a serious party, or you wouldn't vote for them, right? This is supposed to be a serious party. And yet, Doug Burgum, they've got the Interior Secretary, a major cabinet figure on CNN, and they're still going with this reflecting pool story. And then watch this exchange, because again, it shows you how all they care about is power. Trump is an obstacle to them obtaining power. They need the presidency. Trump's in the way. His ass is in the seat now. They want Obama's butt in the seat, or someone of the Obama ilk. Trump has to be taken out. They claim to care about liberal cities, the environment, and all this stuff. So you've got this case where Donald Trump fixes up a liberal city with this dirty, disgusting, reflecting pool. You would think Washington, D.C. residents would celebrate. They can't let it go. Why? Because they want to make Trump look bad, and he is an obstacle to their power. That's why they'll never let this go. Trump brings up a red card at a FIFA tournament. They're like, oh my gosh, this is it. I hope the United States loses. Go Belgium. These people are crazy. Listen to this exchange. And Secretary Burgum has to tell Dana Bash, who is just an imbecile, has to tell Dana Bash, you realize there have been arrests here, correct? People have actually been arrested. Like in a court of law, like in the process over there. They still can't let it go. Check this out.
This is an industrial liner that was put into the pool for the very first time. Multiple layers, fixing 2.5 miles of expansion.
But it peeled off. Why? Why did that happen? Do you know?
It didn't peel off. There was vandalism. There was box cutters. There have been 7 arrests. There was people literally trying to destroy part of the monument. The reflecting pool is not just a pool on the wall. It is part of the Lincoln Memorial. And if anybody says that they're going to go and vandalize that, it's no different than if someone was throwing.
And you're 100% sure that what happened with the liner was vandalism. You can prove it.
Oh yeah, absolutely can. And as we drain it, and we've got all the photographs we can see. I mean, there's no possible way.
There are photographs of a person or people cutting a 300 or 350 foot gash in the bottom of the reflecting pool?
Dana, I'm not sure why you and others in the media think that you want to keep trying to question whether or not this is an industrial liner. Every farmer and rancher in America that's had their pickup liner lined by this sprayed-on liner knows that you literally it would never just like peel off or fall off. This is like a strong material, and it's the size of 8 football fields. And the only way you can end up with actual slices in one spot and not the other is that someone physically cut it.
Notice there, this is an important clip. If you're watching on demand later on today, rewind it and listen again. Notice how Dana Bash, did you guys catch it? You know where I'm going with this? She does the same thing Tucker Carlson and all the Podcastistan residents do. She constantly changes where the end zone is. So she makes a claim or insinuates that this basically wasn't vandalism. She's implying. Doug Burgum goes, yeah, we actually have photos and a rest of it. Then it changes. Do you have photos of someone actually cutting it, like at the exact time? And then it changes again to, do you have someone cutting all 300 yards? Did you notice how it changed? You see how every time Burgum presents to her a fact or a piece of evidence, she does nothing but move the end zone? And then she does it again. She goes, are you 100% sure? As if there's not a trial where people get to defend themselves. This is what they do. Throw out a bullshit claim. Dan Bongino's got Martian DNA. It's the most ridiculous. And then they go, well, you're not taking a blood test, so apparently it's true. The thing about the Carlson case that's so amazing is he keeps claiming he's got this thing that he won't show you while I keep telling him to show it to you, and he won't do it. And then he shows it to you, and it's the exact opposite. And people still defend it. No, it's real.
So yeah,
it's
someone
real.
in class.
Okay. Dana Carlson. That's who they do the same.
Oh, someone is remembering back, like, yeah, the Martian DNA, right? Yeah, the different blood types coming up. So I remember back in 2006 when I was diagnosed with the Lyme disease. I guess there was only 2 labs in America that could test for the Lyme disease. They were doing the proper test. One was iGenex Labs, and there was another one, I can't remember the name of it. One was in California, one was in Florida. Right, so they just had more of the updated equipment. It was picking up stuff the other ones couldn't, or recognizing. Yeah, it was different things with infections as far as bacterial overloads and right, and then of course why a lot of the big business people don't want those things addressed, because it completely crumbles a lot of the Western medicine teachings and treatments. Clearly, and it's very easy to see if you can educate yourself about it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're too retarded. Poor. I don't know, in their world they think everybody that's in a certain class are poor criminals. And they should all be locked up and medicated. Yeah, they're fucking psycho, dude. And they want to ignore the vaccines and all these things and get the food dyes. Yeah, they're already working on that. It's all in the presentation, right? Oh yeah. Oh, I could fill up my can.
Just the wall, I watch it.
stronger than before.
It's like skincare, but for your hair. Biolage Hydro Source Moisture Method Scalp and Hair Serum. Concentrated ingredients like hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. Clinically tested to hydrate the scalp and lock in hair hydration that lasts. New Hydro Source Moisture Method Serum.
Alright, so I had to go fill up my fan and stuff. What was the oh yeah. They were asking about Dan Bongino was mentioned in the Martian blood. So again, this is another topic, absolutely sick, disgusting, and disturbing. Why the basic kind of down-to-earth discussions aren't really crossing the floor. It's the same thing with some of those other lines when people were trying to bring awareness to the drug trafficking lines, the Mayan drug trafficking line, the overprescribing of SSRIs and those kind of things. Right, from the street drugs to the legal drugs. How and why are those businesses connected? Okay, so when we tell you how the druggies and the state workers target people, these are some sick games that have been being played with our children, you know? By druggies and state workers and evil teachers. They gotta get the hicks, the non-vaxxers and the bullies. They gotta take care of the problems. Oh, I know, there are some really horrible drunks that are so far out there. You gotta get them. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, in some places where it's real bad, where, you know, they're camping on the corner streets, they're shitting on the floor. Right in the stores, they're just shitting right on the stage. Yeah, total defecation, huh? Very sad. Well, I mean, there were some past, right? A lot of people just weren't into being loving and kind. No, that was naive and stupid to them. To actually think about things and learn about life. No, you don't want to do that. Just dumb them up, medicate them. If they learn what's real, they'll see how evil and gross and nasty and stupid we are. I know, and now that a lot of them are older and coming off of those medications, some of them are having a hard time with it, huh? Wish he had never been put on them, I know. I know, when they start to learn about it, they get upset, don't they? Some of them do. Quite a few, actually. There's endless hours and hours of these youngsters becoming adults, and then you listen to these testimonials and they're victims. Thank goodness we have funding programs for that, because we see how bad it is. Right, since it's so bad, those poor victims that were victims of their stupidity. Can't just let them suffer, right? No, and they knew that good forces that be would help them. Right? How can you do that? You can't just give people handouts. Huh. So, basic human functioning and proper treatment options seem to not be hitting the mainstream public systems and Western medicine, and how all you people are lost in your fucking worlds who wouldn't think about venturing into those worlds. I mean, if you had to live below middle class, it's like prison, huh, for you? You'd kill yourself. Right, and you wouldn't even think about putting your kid in public schools. Unless you're in a smart city, then it's privately public. Yeah, okay. Publicly private. Privately public. Yeah. Whichever way you want to spin it, you fucking stupid, nasty pieces of shit. Look at me. I'm trying a smart car. It's driving me around. Look, I just ordered this car with my phone. No way. Hey, taxi! Look at that. Look at that. I didn't even need a fucking blowhorn. Yeah, these are public airways, man. Can order whatever you want, I guess. Right, but I mean, if you want to make sure it's going to be delivered, there might be a specific place you need to call. And you got to pay too, right? If you don't pay, they're not going to deliver anything. Unless it benefits them in some other way. Sometimes they don't need payment from you. Sometimes it's all about time, space, location, other assets. Yeah. Where's the profit coming from? I don't know. I know, and they get a lot of them caught up with investigations and doing the prostitution strings and the porn industry, and pretty sick, actually, when you look into it, what's been going on in a lot of those worlds. Not too many of them seem to care. No. They knew this was coming, and they knew that they couldn't control it, right? So they might as well just lay back and party and drug it up and explore, have fun while you can. How many more years you got? They signed how many years? Well, 2020, they got a 5-year extension, didn't they? Oh boy, another 5 years of fucking off. Nasty fucks. Well, you know, you gotta give them things that are gonna tempt their creativity and what they're interested in, you know? It's not their fault they were brought up in such worlds. Oh, the same worlds we were brought up in, you mean? Yeah, how sad. Yeah, and a lot of people that didn't want to take the drug world choice, you know, back in the 90s. Many went on programs and went into rehabs because, I mean, you know, by the time they were 18, a lot of those kids, they're totally fucked, whether it's prescription drugs or street drugs, alcohol, whatever it was, yeah. Sugar, yeah. I had a huge sugar addiction. Oh, it was awful. I was like 250 pounds by the time I was 12. A good steady diet of raw hot dogs and pixie sticks. Don't worry. On Sundays, Mom always made a good Sunday meal. We either had a nice rump roast, aka a pig's ass, or some nice beans cooked with some salt pork, aka a pig's ass, with some cut up hot dogs in it, aka a pig's lips and assholes and intestines. Fucking sick. My baloney had that first name. How can they have any pudding if you didn't eat the meat? What else? Sometimes to make a nice spaghetti sauce with a bunch of ground up cow's ass They call it ground chuck. Like, that makes it any better. Remember the chuck wagon? Still like going there. Is that place still open? What town is it in? It's going out towards Livermore. Hold on, wait. Am I in the wrong direction? Livermore Falls, Maine. Yeah, American Restaurant. 2 Depot Street, Livermore. They open at 11 a.m. They're still open. Yeah, that's the place. Look at that. I remember back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, when they were starting to ban smoking in some places. Yeah. Because I remember, because when we'd go into the chuck wagon, remember in the front part, it'd always be really smoky. Everybody would be smoking. And Meme would always ask to go into the back. And we'd go out into the back, and it'd be this nice, it was like a darker area. Seemed cooler, more air conditioning. No smoking allowed. It's like, you think everybody would ask for the no smoking section. This is frickin' nice. I feel like I just went through a portal. This is way better. It was great incentive to be a non-smoker. What do you know? That place is still open. Do they have any vegan options? I'm sure they have French fries. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember that. I used to like going there. Great food, good service, quiet, and overall just a great place to sit down and eat. Husband ordered a strawberry rhubarb cheesecake. Yum, that sounds good. And a French silk pie. Ooh, they have French silk pie. Okay. Guess we're going to the Chuck Wagon. I want some French silk pie and strawberry rhubarb cheesecake. Hell yeah. They have great home cooked meals, great steaks, and a good menu. Let's see. Can I see the menu? Is it good? Yeah. Stuffed haddock, stuffed mushrooms, sirloin tips and shrimp, banana split, country club sandwich, country club salad, Strawberry rhubarb, yummy. Used to make strawberry rhubarb pies and the putzin, strawberry putzin. Rhubarb is good in it, yeah. Someone said, how does which one? That one, yeah. How to straddle, no, a saddle. How to saddle. Oh my. How to saddle tramp in the red-eye coral. Oh my goodness. Had a saddle tramp in the red-eye coral this week at the Chuck Wagon in Livermore Falls. I was in the area and thought it'd be a hoot to have lunch. Oh, that's funny. Just chilling. Cheers. Yeah. Oh yeah, power to y'all, man. No offense. Yeah, we're just concerned about the hostages and the children and bringing awareness, clarity, and understanding to how they've been fucked and tortured for years and how the people blindly and knowingly protect them for other reasons too, and the reasons that they try to justify and are protecting them knowingly for are bad enough, and a lot of times that's the reason they don't want to talk about it. They don't want people to know about that stuff, whatever it is, the drugs, the fraud, the targeting of innocent citizens because they thought they were dangerous, fear propaganda, non-vaxxers. I know if you couldn't make him out to be some dangerous gangster, then, oh, dangerous non-vaxxer, Karen. Well, I mean, come on. Wake the fuck up. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, a lot of the citizens are not going to. No, they're childish, immature, stupid people. So it's up to the people within our systems and the powers that be to protect the children and innocent citizens who do care. Or don't have a wherewithal yet. Maybe they can't. Because they're children. They've been fed a bunch of lies, motivated by psycho parents
I like a
who
little drama in my lyrics.
like to promote fear propaganda, like flat earth theory and pyramid bullshit and dangerous drugs, while we ignore the concerns going on with other things. It's really sad. You can see it, like looking at the history with Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, and what's going on. Yeah, there's a lot of good people, huh? Good people just trying to recover. I know they had a hard life, addiction, being taken advantage of, people just jealous. They know it too, and they know how sick and gross and demented and nasty and greedy, and how these fucking people take life for granted and allow our children to be fucked and tortured and abused while they tell their fucking stories. And they profit from it too. You know the child and animal pornography that gets fed out? I know, you see how they profit from that in so many ways. Feeds a lot of businesses. Right, when you see like chop shop stuff, and a lot of times the chop shop that's being run and funded by some of those things, the worst abuse, the people working at the chop shop have no idea. And that's illegal too, right? Whether it's a credit card scam or actually chopping things up, like a car chop shop, the catalytic converter chop shops. Yeah, these punks fucking our kids were involved with that stuff too. They were in prison for it down south, and they were let out early. It's one of the things people were warning about back 2008 and 9. Yeah, the proper authorities around here really need to wake the fuck up and help our kids. These fucking people don't care. They're sick and you know it. In fact, because they're so sick, that's how a lot of the other people got in the door, isn't it? They were getting the hicks, the racists. We've been dealing with that shit since we were kids. Fucking Bible Belt shit. Right, Mike Johnson? Right? Yeah, it's not a secret. So hopefully the proper authorities can do what they can to help our children. It's not their fault. People always want to put the blame on the people up at the top. No, the citizens around here that are very sick and demented and have childish beliefs. And then when you have a lot of the state workers who fucking knew that, and they're playing off their fucking fear and childish beliefs, going right back and forth. For fuck's sakes. Literally. From possessions to ghosts to aliens to freaking chips in people's heads. These fucking psychos have the weirdest fucking beliefs about these things, and they don't seem to get the down-to-earth explanations or seem to care to want to learn about it. And it's very scary that the people within our systems take advantage of their stupidity with druggies. You know how much they have fucked the funding in our schools and these children? Literally. And figuratively. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Those sick motherfuckers that have moved away, that some of these fucking nasty people are protecting, who they put through rehab, are they all recovered and better? Good, hopefully they got all better. So they can be fucking killed, because they deserve the death penalty. They deserve the death penalty. Yep, death penalty. They deserve to be killed. Are we allowed to do it slowly? What are the choices? Do they have the firing squad in that state? If it was up to me, like I said, we'd just string them up on the crosses, up on the roof. Put some light bulbs in their eyeballs and titties and call them the twin twats. Light them up every night at midnight. It'll be a reminder as to why you don't protect sick fuck child molesters and murderers and allow them to target innocent citizens to protect your fucking nasty shit. Pelosi, Clinton, Mummy Dearest. Yeah, I got some sick fucking siblings too, if you haven't noticed. Right, when you see how people like to try to protect them for other reasons, and then us speaking the truth, we get targeted by those fucks all the time. There's a lot of me's over the years that have been killed by these punks. Huh? You don't like us talking about your wives that way? Your children? They're sick, nasty fucking cunts. And they deserve the death penalty. And you deserve to watch and be thrown in prison after. Yeah, if it was up to me, you know. But thank goodness I'm not in charge. And even if I was, that wouldn't be allowed because we have laws, right? Yeah, it's just like how the president couldn't stop the schools from being shut down. Who was that up to? State workers and governors, right? Yeah, people around here need to wake the fuck up. My name's Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions as to how we can get people to wake the fuck up and get real and actually start reporting the facts and concerns and bringing clarity, awareness, and understanding to the hostages here in America and how these punks make it look like it's foreign. They oftentimes do get foreign babies, don't they? I know, and people think, oh, they're paying them for the organs and this and that. It's like, no, it's not about that at all, actually. Sometimes they use them for their parts, yeah. Yeah, actually, the people that pay a lot of money for stem cells, they prefer the best of the best, right? They want the best. So I'm telling you right now that the best of the best stem cells would come from those fresh immigrant babies that aren't tainted with American right? The parents too, because the parents is important too, and those mothers aren't all pumped up with American SSRIs and vaccines, right? Right. So where do they get the stem cells from? Right, I mean, those people that go for it, right, the immigrants they're paying. I mean, when you get offered that much money, it's just like drugs or anything else. Even if you think you might get caught, and probably will, it's like the reward is almost you're willing to take the risk. Yeah. What are they going to catch them on? When they come here on vacation? I mean, if you come on a 3-month vacation, some kind of program, education program, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you know you're a certain amount of along, you'll probably have the baby while you're there. Right, and there's people that pay big money for that stuff. Why? Have your own personal little tapping where you know you're going to get clean stem cells, right, that aren't tainted with all the American drugs. And I said, they know this. That's what people need to wake up to, is these fucking people know that shit. And a lot of the people, I think, within our politics and others are finally waking up to it. Yeah, I think people just get caught up in the... I don't know. It's so weird and scary. You actually doing that because you think it's going to help with your wrinkles? So hold on. You're injecting Botox, which is... Do you know the fucking pathogens in that and where that comes from? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to understand this, please. I know, and when you can come face to face with these people and ask them a question, even nicely, not in a mean way or threatening, just say, hold on. So you're telling me... And we went through this so many times in different situations, and boy, don't they fucking get pissed. You get stuff thrown at you sometimes, smacked, right? Targeted on the outside. And like, I'd ask totally nicely. They're just offended. Yeah, because they got fucking shamed and put in their fucking place, and they look like fucking idiots. So hold on a second, lady. What's in your briefcase? And you want these young girls to get it too? They got to start early before they're starting to get frown lines. Oh no. Maybe we can get them to smile more. Say cheese. So you're telling me you're injecting these dangerous pathogens into yourself and suggesting that these young ladies get the pathogens injected into themselves. You know, people are dying from this, and some have been paralyzed. The young girls start to go, what? Is that true? Shut her up, right? The older ones start to get pissed. Yeah, go ahead, Google it. Shut her up. Right, there was a time we didn't have Google, right? Just think about this. Oh yeah, people would get fucking strung up, man. Pissing off those fucking cunts. Right, so we saw this scenario so many times. It's just like that. Just see the scene. Right, there are these jewelry parties, psychic parties, Market Americas. Right, Miss Weber, Mr. Hogan. Right, so anyways, you're at these little parties. I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. Of course I wasn't biting my tongue, and there's no way. Right, you go along with some things. Not that. No, we put human safety at the forefront, motherfuckers. Welcome to the real world. Woof, woof. Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. Daggerade, roofie, hoo! Right, so you're sitting there in this room with these fucking nasty people. And they're promoting this stuff to the young girls, and they're actually doing little injection parties. You can't fucking believe it. You want to stop it, but you can't. You can't. You can't. You can try. Right. So, I mean, when you do have the opportunity, you're like, yeah, no thanks. There's no way. Oh, no, you don't. Are you sure? Oh, my God. We're all doing it. You sure you want to pass this up? I'm not going to be back for a while, and this stuff is really highly sought after. Shut up. You fucking serious? Right. So, just imagine some of these situations, and you're like, dude, hold on, lady, you're telling me. Do you know these pathogens are very dangerous? You're promoting this to these young ladies? Right, sometimes, like, the young ladies wouldn't want to hear it. Get out of here. Inject us. Yeah, get rid of our wrinkles. Some of them are fucking psycho, dude. Right, but there are some that would be like, what? Is that true? I'm like, yes. Some awareness. Stay with it. Stay with it. But then when they see the older ones get pissed off, sometimes it draws them back. They don't even bother looking it up. Dude, come on. Right, because what happens is the me speaking is some loser pothead who doesn't pay their allowance or give them Steam cards or Robux cards or iTunes, Amazon, whatever. You know, they like those ones to design their little characters too for their... I know. up and coming video game makers. They like to design their characters and they need the money to buy their little outfits for their online. Do you know how much money's been spent on outfits for online characters? It would blow your fucking mind, dude. You could seriously feed the world, let alone a small country. Holy fuck. No, it's not for real. For fucking real. Just on the outfits. I'm not even talking about accessories. Fucking dear Lord. Stop it. Help. Rhonda. Rhonda. Oh man. Nothing. No. Right. Some of them would actually walk out and not get it. But then they target those ones. You understand this, right? Over the years, we would start to notice, well, they targeted the ones that actually looked into it. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's so fucking sad. Oh my God. Okay, think beyond the Botox too, with other things too, folks, and the number of fucking parties we've seen like this. We're the ones who actually fucking looked into it. I know my heart starts to go. I'm gonna have to take a break here. No, I'm being serious too. I'm actually not being for real. Fuck. Think about if that's your kid. The ones with half a fucking brain that actually wanted to think for themselves and look into it and protect themselves and not just be blindly injected to help their fucking frown lines. For Christ's sakes. Fuck you. God. I'm sorry. But when you've seen what we've seen and the innocent fucking people that have been targeted by these nasty fucks over the years, you might understand. Our children have been fucked and tortured for years by these fucking punks while you nasty druggies and sluts play your fucking games in our communities. And you nice old people, hard-working motherfuckers, better wake the fuck up. You hags, you pieces of shit, fearing the non-vaxxers allowing these punks to target us. Fuck you! Proper authorities need to wake the fuck up and help these kids that have been fucked and tortured for years. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine, and my name is Mary. My youngest two children are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. They were vaccine injured behind our back in 2013. You motherfuckers need to wake the fuck up. Those kids need to be taken out of the custody of those people, those abusive monsters, you sick fucking spiritual sick motherfuckers, and you nasty citizens with your bullshit reporting and lies, and you fucking sick state workers. This is sick what people have been doing. You need some witness protection, alright. I got your witness protection right here, you sick fucking nasty motherfuckers. Proper authorities need to help these fucking kids. Abuser's name is Michael Scott Garand. There's a difference between using and abusing. Death penalty for these motherfuckers and the sick fucking sluts that moved out of state being protected by you fucking slugs. Yeah, maybe you've woken up if you weren't already. Some of you already knew and you took advantage of what a stronghold that would be, you sick fucks. Death penalty with what they have done to their own children and the fraud and abuse. Death penalty is what they deserve. But they're not going to get it. They're not even going to get a slap on the wrist, and we have to accept that. And many aren't willing to do that. They take matters into their own hands. We're nonviolent people, and we're concerned about the children and bringing clarity, awareness, and understanding to the public, proper education and treatment options into our public school systems and Western medicine. Do you fucking understand that? Do you understand? Do you believe they put a man on the moon? You want to keep playing the blame game? Has it been a bad day? Say cheese, motherfuckers. Much love, health, and peace to the rest of you. Mwah! Look at that. It's starting to get light out. 4:24.